Learning more about the man who investigators say shot 2 police officers before he was eventually killed in the shootout.
Police say the man was wanted by multiple departments when Hartford police found him Friday night. Your reporter Dylan Fearon live in Newington, where the chase ended and the shooting started there. Dylan.
Well, Roger, Stephanie, this is the Webster Court apartment complex right on the Rocky Hill Newington town line, very close to Eversource headquarters. And we're hearing from officials in both Hartford and Rocky Hill. They say it's a miracle their officers weren't killed Friday night. Hartford officer Alex Diaz receives a round of applause from his brothers and sisters on the force as he's released from the hospital. Diaz's lieutenant, James Rutkowski, who's also the Hartford Police Union president, says all 3 officers at the scene Friday are lucky to be alive.
I have no doubt in my heart that God redirected those rounds. There should be 3 funerals right now. And the fact that we're sitting here able to talk about what is and what didn't happen is amazing.
Rutkowski says the suspect who shot Diaz and Rocky Hill officer John Escobar was wanted, that he'd already been arrested on shooting charges before. Police say he ran from officers when confronted Friday night on Fail Street. Officer Diaz allegedly felt a gun tucked in the suspect's waistband while trying to arrest him. The suspect broke free, managed to hop in a car and drove off, leading to a chase, Rocky Hill joining in. The chase ended in Newington, gunfire between the suspect and officers. 2 officers shot, now recovering. The suspect dead. His name has not been released yet. Hartford officer Jocelyn Andino wasn't hit, but Rutkowski says all 3 officers will face PTSD and need time away from the job.
Doing our job has a consequence. Their souls lost some of their essence into that situation. They're never going to get it back. That moment is going to relive in their minds forever and ever. The what if game, I'm alive, all those different aspects that we take for granted, even we do here, they'll live with those every single day for the rest of their lives.
So now the Inspector General will step in and lead this investigation. Roger and Stephanie, the Inspector General has 96 hours from when the officers fired the weapon to release new information plus body camera footage of the shooting. 96 hours from when the shooting happened. So that was Friday night, guys, 11 o'clock. That means the Inspector General has to release that footage by tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. I'm your reporter live in Newington, Dylan Fearon, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Dylan, thank you.